What's up, y'all? It's Monday. We here again. New trading week, new opportunities. Let me take this down right here. Just give me a second to start. Share, copy link. All right. So it's a new week of the month. I posted my trading results for last month and each individual trade on my YouTube channel as well. So if y'all want to check that out, it's out on my YouTube channel. Okay, so the first thing we do is we hop on Forex Factory to see what type of red news is out for the day. And as you can see, there's the only red news that's right here is for 10 o'clock, which is in 2 minutes, which is why I started the stream late. I usually like to look after red news, or if red news is a good amount of time. Like, yeah, if I'm placing a trade a good amount of time before red news would be happening. So yeah, that's what I usually do. And we're gonna go and take a look into my accounts right here. This is the current drawdown right here. We have 4% on one account, and we have the other account right here, which is my 5%ers, more deeper in drawdown on it. But it is what it is. We're gonna continue to follow the process and continue to trade, because typically I do have during the year I usually do have 3 to 4 months of drawdown. It's just a matter of when, like what time of the year it's gonna be, but typically it's usually in the middle of the year. But this year I started at the beginning of the year in drawdown, so that's very interesting for me. So yeah, let's actually get started and analyzing these charts to see if there's anything. Me looking at this right now, I could probably tell there may be a potential I'll setup that can set up like later on for a 5-minute time frame for these funded accounts. And what do I mean by that? So we have a validation flush right here going on, in a great context as well. So if we look at the context of the market, this is the context. We had a context flush, created a context breaker structure 1, 2, potential 3, 30-minute right here, flush. If we could pause against the 10 or 20 with the next candle that prints, then I could look at the 5-minute for potential opportunities. Another thing I noticed, just in case that 5-minute doesn't necessarily set up, if y'all know me, I like to look for different time frame entries for challenges. So you may see that. I can honestly tell that there may be a potential 1 hour setup, based on the 6-minute right here as a validation. The 6 hour, it still like lines up and everything. And the weekly, it's pushing up to target these highs potentially. So this was the setup right here. Like I would take this trade for all the challenges. So if this paused cleanly, like if I was taking a trade for a challenge, if it paused cleanly like that with the next hour, then definitely that's a opportunity. But it still looks clear for potential funded account entries as well. So I'm gonna put this in green because this looks extremely clear to me. USD CAD does not look clear to me at all. So let's go on the higher time frame. The context time frame, this is what we're doing. So kind of moving sideways in this area, like compact sideways, shows me a stage one. It's not really going anywhere. On top of that, we have a flush. Price came down, paused. Potentially this could be the context breaker structure one, but it's still in the stage one, which, and you can honestly tell, like, even if you jump down to a 30-minute, like, look at this price action, it just looks ugly. It's not telling you a story. So I will just put that in red because there's nothing for me to do. And my only job as a trader is just to show up and analyze. I don't care about anything else other than that. I don't care about what other people are doing. It's about what I'm doing on the charts. So I'm gonna put it down here. Let me see what Meta is talking about. Meta may set something up. The only thing is, if I do take a trade, it will only be for my Darnex account because, you know, I can't trade any stocks on the other one. But if we can basically do the same thing as US30, where we are pausing, right? If we pause against the 10 and 20, it can look potentially really, really clean. Like you can see that there's been some good setups right here. What's this? 4 o'clock in the morning. Where did this entry happen? This entry happened at 8:30. I mean, well, this is a if I was assuming this was a 30-minute entry time frame, like these are some clean areas as it pauses against its 10 and 20, as it pauses against the 10 and 20, close when price breaks the 10. Yeah, maybe this one would have been a break even. This one probably been a good amount of profit, but we put this in green right up here. Bitcoin, let's see what Bitcoin is talking about. It's probably not in a clear context. Yeah, it's not in a clear context as of right now. We can delete this right here because the market is telling us a different story. I thought this was the flush, and at this point I thought this was going to be the context. Well, it was the context breaks structure one, but it ended up refilling down. You know, it is okay. You're going to be wrong sometimes about the market. So what do we have here? We have the context flush right here. And on top of that, yeah, there's just nothing to do. What would I wait for Bitcoin? Because I'm looking for buys on this thing. I want buys. And what I'm basically looking for is for price to start a move on this 5 hour. So it can be like this nice momentum move. And at that point, the validation time frame, which is the 30, would start to potentially look clear at that point with a trend. And that's when I would wait for the pauses, the cycle to happen on this 30-minute. And the pause that's against the 10 and 20. So for now, I'm going to put this in red because, you know, that is a 5 hour time frame I'm going to be waiting on for that thing to happen. And yeah. That's the same as US30, so I can just put it up here. There we go. USD CAD. Oh yeah, I already analyzed that. Nike. Let's see what the daily is talking about. Nike is bearish. Potentially, yeah, bearish for me. You can just see the difference between Nike right here on the daily time frame versus the other market right here, like US30 or Meta. You see this is starting to push up in a bullish context. Nike, on the other hand, is showing us that it's dropping lower, so it just makes sense to go with that trend. So if we go on the 5 hour time frame though, the 5 hour time frame is just not doing anything, which means I wouldn't even drop to a lower time frame because we're still in this context flush state. So I just need price to start a move before even going on a lower time frame. So nothing to do here. Let's just take a look at what's going on these higher time frames. Starbucks looks Starbucks looks bearish. Let's see what if there's anything like yeah, doesn't look good. Let me see what Euro USD talking about. Euro USD doesn't look good. I mean, it looks good, but it's just not ready yet. So we're in this context flush right here, and it's basically the same thing as the other ones, where I just need price to start to make a move on this 5 hour, which is gonna take some time. Before I even jump down to a lower time frame, which is the 30 minute, before I jump down to the 5 minute. So yeah, nothing to do for that. Gold, oh, okay, gold. I like gold how it looks. We have a context flush. Price has started to make a move. This is exactly what I want to see. This is exactly what I want to see right here. So I thought it was gonna make a move last week from right here, but it didn't. And even though I was wrong, it doesn't mean I lost money in that area. I only want to lose money or make money in areas that look clear to me, as clean as possible. That's the only thing. Good morning, man. Good morning, man. So for gold right here, since we started to make a move on this 5 hour time frame, I know the 30 minutes probably trending. Oh yeah, this looks extremely good in terms of what I like to look for. So there was probably some type of setup that happened in here, but like I said, I only hopped on the charts after that little bit of red news came. So it's okay that I missed it. There was definitely some opportunities here and here. Actually, I wouldn't have looked in this area. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't looked at this area because the 5 hour at this point wouldn't have shown me it wanted to go higher. This momentum candle is the point that price showed me to hop on the charts. So I'm gonna be honest, even though price made a move from this area, I wouldn't have looked at this area. That is purely hindsight right there. So if I'm looking at gold, what I would want to expect is for price to pause against this 10 or 20, and at that point, if it pauses against the 10 and 20, it will probably be creating a nice little setup for me to look to get involved. So yeah, I like how gold is looking. I'm gonna put that in green. This is basically what I do every single time I hop on the charts. I just organize the ones that look clear, put it in green. The ones that don't look clear, put it in red. The ones that are that could set up potentially, I just put it in blue. Just organize it. Ew. This. Let's go into higher time frame. Let's see what's going on with this. Well, USD CHF. Actually, it actually looks pretty. So the daily is showing me shorts on USD CHF. Clear price action on the daily time frame. You can even see a cycle going on as it pauses against the 10 and 20, moves lower, pauses, moves lower, right? Let's see what the 5 hour context time frame. So we had a flush. Price moved under all the MAs right here. What am I doing? I was trying to delete that. So we had a flush. Price started to make a move. But the question is it enough of a move that made something on the 30 minute? So me personally, I don't think it made enough of a move. Like we can double check on the 30 minute. Let me see what's going on here. So we flushed here. It looks kind of choppy to me. I ain't gonna lie. What I think would be a better area to wait for, because me looking at this right here, I can see this as like just consolidation, because I could get chopped out on the lower time frame. So what I would want price to do is the move I want on the 5 hours, I want it to at least make a move out of this area, which is almost there. And then I will have more confidence once price makes the move out of there to wait for something on the 30 minute where it's pausing against the 10 and 20. So even though it's doing it right here, the context of the market probably isn't the best to probably look for entries. So yeah, these are the ones I'm basically looking for. They all look clean in my eyes. I'm definitely gonna start. I'm gonna start off with. I'm trying to see which one I would like. Whichever one sets up first and sets up the cleanest, that's probably the one I would take. But yeah. that's probably the one I would take. But I don't know what's gonna happen yet. Um, all I know is just I know what I'm waiting for, and that's all I'm waiting for. If it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. Cause these things will happen, but it's about waiting for them. So it's just I'm waiting for this candle to close in the next 17 minutes, 18 minutes. That's gonna be at 10:30, and I have to wait another 30 minutes. So basically, the pause. I talk about it all the time. It's basically after this candle prints, we have another candle that prints before taking out that previous candle's high, right? As it comes down to that 10 and 20. So that's basically what I'm waiting for all of these, including this one too. This one needs to close, and I get a pause right here. It technically already paused right here too, but price took out that high right here, so I have to wait again. Let me even see, would I have taken anything on the lower time frame? Yeah, I wouldn't even have taken anything in this area anyway. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a waiting game now. Just a waiting game. Hope everybody had a good trade-in year so far. A good trade-in month so far. Hope y'all been following your rules. And yeah. I'm hoping I can get a challenge series video out next week for y'all, but I don't know if I'm gonna take any trades. So if y'all ever want to put some suggestions in my comments on what videos y'all want to see, I can definitely do that. But yeah, I can't always drop like a challenge series video because there's gonna be times where I don't take trades. Like I still haven't taken a trade from that last one where I passed on phase 1. I'm still patiently waiting to place a trade on phase 2. And I haven't placed in any trades for my other ones. Like I still have the Effexify one, which I'm like literally 0.3 something from failing the Effexify. And then I still have the two my funded FX. Oh, y'all know what I found out? I can copy trade on the my fund. I keep calling it my funded FX. It's the same as Seacrest. They changed their names. I just be calling them my funded FX, but I can copy trade them again. They brought it back. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely be doing that because my whole goal was to pass like connect them all at on a trade copier and either pass them all at the same time or fail them all. That was my whole goal of buying all those challenges at the same time. Because honestly, there's no point with buying them separately to trade them separately. Because at that point, I could have just like traded each one separately and then buy another one after. But since they brought that back, oh yeah, I'm connecting them. But yeah. And make sure y'all did y'all. I hope y'all did y'all on weekly trade review last week because it's a new trading week. Hopefully, y'all did do that trade review. Make sure y'all take accountability. Y'all gotta treat this like a job. Like this is your business, not even like a job, because I feel like people got negative connotations or mindset when they hear job, but treat it as your business. Then you know you took your trades last week. If you didn't take any trades last week, that's okay. But if you didn't review your trades last month, because it's also a new month, then you got to do that too. I literally do the same exact things that I tell y'all to do. And y'all can see it on my channel as well. So that's why I'm gonna start on recording like the actual trade breakdowns at the end of the month, because that's also my trade reviews as well. Like on Friday, that loss I had ended up taking, the first loss that I took, I actually made a mistake and I didn't even realize. While we waiting, we can actually look at it. Let me go into my journal real quick so I can show you all the mistake, because I make mistakes too. Let me show y'all. If I can go into it, it was US 30 right here. It was a mistake right here. So it was an accidental mistake because I didn't realize. I'm trying to show you. Where's the exact image? So if y'all know, on my validation time frame, I need to wait for basically the pause, which is the candle that prints after. The candle that prints after, so it closes before taking out the previous candle's high. The moment that I had entered price, I didn't even get that pause, which it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it's a part of my rules. And the fact that I didn't realize, I could have avoided this loss, because by the time price, because when I'm looking at it, by the time price had closed within that 3-minute period, so I took that loss right there. Yeah, by the time price had ended up closed, it took out that high, right? Which means I wouldn't have been in that trade, that previous trade, right? So that's something I realized I could have avoided that loss and stuff like that. Damn, price action looks really clean today. Like, it looks extremely good. Price looks extremely good. What I'm gonna actually do as well is I need to probably gotta do it separately. But I didn't do this yet, but I'm gonna add all my accounts on this on trade copier. I'm gonna do it from my phone, so I don't gotta put in all my login and credentials. Because I need to be prepared. I just realized I'm not prepared right now, just in case. So I'm quickly doing that right now. Transfer out and transfer in. Mm, 20, 40. This is gonna take me a minute to connect all these. Well, I do have just three more accounts, so I'm basically trading seven accounts at the same time now. Now, cause I just upgraded my subscription for Traders Connect since they said I could use a trade copier again. Where is it? Accounts. Uh, okay. Just look around real quick. Everything still looks good. Yep. What? It's so difficult doing this on my phone. Match trader. There we go. I just connected at least one account just now. That took so long. Two more down to go. But let me just check what's going on. So far they're moving nice. So Meta is moving nice so far. I mean, I said Meta. US30 is moving nice so far. We're having this pause. If we can continue, and it doesn't take out this high right here, and we're coming down to at least that 10 and 20 down there. Yeah, that would definitely look clean. Probably. Me looking at gold on this lower time frame right here. Like, I feel like this is what I'm gonna say about this area. I feel like price needs to come. Yeah, I feel like there needs to be a new range being made because price is just moving sideways in this area. You see this? Let me show y'all. So I feel like price is just moving sideways in this area. So we can just make a move out of this area. So something like this. So I know it's pausing, and that's what I want to look for, but I'll probably wait for a cleaner range like that. Yeah, because of how price is moving in this area. Look, it's just moving sideways and compact in this area. But yeah, that's what I would basically look for. Because that just looks like, even if it does pause, it looks like I can easily get chopped out in this area. So far, US30 is just heavily on my watch list. Meta, that's probably going to be the last one I look for, because if I'm entering a trade for Meta, that will be only for my Darinex account. So I prefer US30 setting up, but if that becomes invalid and Meta's the only one, I'll take it. But yeah, you can basically see the same thing as pausing so far. Yeah. So let me keep my eye on US30 so far right here, so I can just see. And then let me connect the rest of these accounts. I know this probably looks okay. There we go. I got the second account connected. And there we go. We got all 3 accounts connected. I think I just gotta make a connected to the master accounts. Alright, this is kind of confusing on my phone. Let me take a look at the market real quick. Alright, let me see what's going on. US 30, we ended up taking out this high right here. So there's just nothing to do as of yet. It still looks clean. So I'm still just waiting for that. And then Meta looks like it could yeah, it looks clean. And then yeah, gold still looks trash, a little bit trash for that area. So still just more waiting. I'm trying to figure out this thing. Okay. So let me see how much time do I even have to stay on the charts for, because it's approaching 11 o'clock. It's almost gonna be 12. So if I'm looking at how the candles are moving, and I'm on a 30-minute time frame, so this candle is gonna close at 11 o'clock, and then if we assume that the next candle is gonna make that pause, that will probably be around 11:30. So yeah, it is a good it's still good to just stay on the charts and wait, unless when the next candle comes out, it immediately takes out this candle's high. Then I can be like, okay, I'm gonna just hop off the charts, because at that point, um it will take around 12 o'clock to set up, if that makes sense. And then for gold as well, I'm not expecting gold to really set up this session the way how I want it to. And the reason because for that is because even though it's pausing already, I would need I want that a new range, because of how the lower time frame looks. It looks like it's consolidating right here. So if I take an entry, it's most likely probably gonna consolidate and chop me out. Yeah. So if you've seen any of my entries, you can basically see the difference between this price action and on the entry time frame, and my other entries on the entry time frame. Yeah. I'm trying to see if, since I'm waiting, I'm trying to see if there's an opportunity for some challenge trades that I can take. I'm st- I still gotta create a master copier for it, but I'm looking for challenge trades real quick. There was something right here, but I missed that. One, two. It's probably gonna create something else for a 1 minute. Oh, either way, I wouldn't have traded this area, because it basically looks like gold on that 5 minute. Yeah, actually, I probably would have traded this area. At this point, it probably would have looked cleaned. I probably would have traded this area, and then I would have got stopped out, and then I wouldn't be trading. What time did this happen? Yeah, I probably would have traded that if I saw that for a challenge. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get some challenge trades in. Let me hurry up and make it like I gotta make a master copier, since I'm entering on a different time frame. Let's see. This is very hard to do on my phone. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna do it after the stream. I'm gonna just enter one account for a challenge because I don't know. I feel like Traders Connect didn't set up the phone version good. Like there's certain parts that are weird that I can't see. Like sometimes I could see like the exit button, and sometimes I don't see it on the phone versions. Like it's weird. It's pausing nicely right here, but it still didn't come down to that 10. All right, so price just made a new high out of that area I was just expecting. I just wanted it to come a little bit deeper to that 10 before looking for something. But it is what it is. Price leaves without you. That's what you got to understand. It happens to everybody, but it could still set something up. I'm looking at this from a challenge perspective, but yeah. I'm telling you, if my challenges had meta, I would have definitely took this trade right here, like above this high, because this is forming so clean. Or if this was an entry time frame, this high right here is forming so clean. On the 5 minute, if price had came a bit closer to that 50, I would have waited for a setup, but there's nothing to do. But yeah, if you're like a 30-minute trader for my strategy, this is definitely a good entry right here. Um, the moment of waiting. All right, let's see what it does. So immediately this candle ended up taking out this high right here, and each one of these candlesticks takes 30. So if this, the next candle after this will have to be at 12 o'clock. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna be looking at US 30, only because it will take a little bit longer to probably set up, even though it looks clean. Gold, like I said, it's probably gonna take a bit longer because it needs to basically come out of this choppy range right here that I don't like. And then Meta, there's nothing I could really do to it because it came down, but it wasn't enough for me to take a trade because on my entry time frame it didn't come deep enough in terms of what I like to see. So yeah, I'm gonna end up hopping off the charts because there's nothing to do. No trades today. I'm gonna show it tomorrow, do the same analysis, and yeah.